Greetings and welcome, brave citizens of our new world. I am Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt. This is our layer 3.0, and today is day 2 of our 2018 V.E.D.A challenge, V.E.D.A, vlogging every day in April. Let's get right into the questions. Are you ready to get too swole to control? Yes, but I significantly doubt our abilities collectively to get me too swole to control, so fingers crossed, we'll see. Montreal Comic Con is celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. Any plans for this convention in early June? None as of yet. I haven't been invited out, and I typically don't attend conventions that I'm not invited to for money and time reasons. But as with any convention, if you want to see me out there, send them a message or whatever. There is in fact a link to our website now in the video description down below, of which there is a section about booking. It's got all kinds of information on what would take for bringing me out to a con. Oh hey, handsome doc! Best wishes for an active, healthy V.E.D.A this year. If you could have any genius, past or present, altruistic or villainous, fictional or real, by your side, who would it be? Someone who is not Tesla. Elon Musk. It's like Tesla and then Elon Musk, the guy who owns the company called Tesla. I just want to sit around and hang out with a dude who made something called The Boring Company that sells flamethrowers. I'm interested. Ask Warden about bodybuilding. I'm sure he has insight on the subject. That's not the kind of bodybuilding that I'm interested, like literal physical construction like Lego. No, I'm not. Favorite time of the year? Halloween. What in the name of God did you do to your hair? It's called style. Mike, look it up. Doc was starting to think you weren't committing to V.E.D.A this year, given your health and streaming. Welcome back to the fold. Thank you. So in terms of your health and fitness, what is one biggest change you want to see / are focusing on? Well, aside from physical fitness, like getting just in better shape in general, I also want to focus on seeing how much mass and how much weight I can actually put on. It's been a challenge for me in the past, so. How do you keep your locks so luscious, Doc? Well, you know, it's a steady combination of just showering every day and having just hair like this. I'm not sure. I don't really do coconut oil. What kind of fun mad science twist do you put on your April Fool's pranks? Funny thing, I actually am not a fan of April Fools. Pretty much the entirety of the day in April Fools, I just spend the day at home and I don't go on the internet and I don't talk to people because I don't like that when people are like, oh, I'm pregnant, psych, or oh, so-and-so died, psych. Like, I'm not a fan of those kinds of jokes or those kinds of pranks whatsoever, so I just stay away from the whole thing. I don't like it when people lie to me. Wow. I'm very worried that you will get sick again this month, Doc. Pretty much every April involves you getting sick. Do you normally get sick in August? If not, maybe you should make vlogs every day in August, V.E.D.A, instead. Well, it's not necessarily the time of year. It's more that I put a lot of stress and a lot of strain on myself doing this as well as a dozen other things at the same time. This year I'm looking to just focus on working on this, working on my streams, and working on my health. Also, last year doesn't count. I got kidney stones. I was doing great up until my body betrayed me. Hey Doc, to know the ways. What? Walker, come on, man. It's good to see you back, asking questions that don't make any sense. Once you've achieved your goal of world domination, will you become a recluse and rule behind closed doors, or make public appearances? Perhaps even have a personal paparazzi? Oh, I plan to make appearances. Don't get me wrong. Not only, like, it's one of the things that I discuss in my How to Build a Better World with Dr. Terawatt panel that I've been doing at conventions, is that once I'm in charge and once I rule the world and people are immortal and things are generally set up, I'm putting myself in a position to pretty much be in charge for as long as I possibly can until such a time that I think that you guys are okay or I find someone to do the job better than me so that I can retire. But I don't ever plan to do this behind closed doors. I plan to be a very key and active part of the role of leadership. Communication is a big thing. Are you trying to copy my hairstyle? If by your hairstyle you mean hairstyles that are actually quite nice. Sure. As a local part of the Dudism community, I must ask, what are your thoughts on the Church of the Latter-day Dude / Dudism? Would you grant us status in your brave new world? And as we are both in the GTA, I must also add, will you make the LCBO lower their cost on vodka and Kahlua as White Russians are our Dudists drink? Honestly, that sounds like fun. If I don't know anything about the Church of the Latter-day Dudism, I am interested in at least seeing what that is. I mean, I'm not a worshiper myself, but if your guys' thing is just kind of hanging out, drinking White Russians in house coats and just chilling and taking it easy and just relaxing, then I think that's a fantastic religion, one. Two, fun fact, the reason why the LCBO still charges a huge amount of money for booze in specifically Ontario is because there's a bunch of legislation left over from like Prohibition era stuff, so yeah, that's definitely going to change, and booze will definitely get a lot cheaper, especially when there's no borders. Hey Doc, glad to see you're up and about. Hope you keep healthy this year. Thank you, me as well. I have a question for you. What do you look for in friends or allies? Are you an interesting individual that I want to know more about? Do you have integrity? Do you have conviction? Don't lie to me. In your new world, what is your plan to deal with outside threats such as extraterrestrial, supernatural, biblical, and/or time-displaced beings? I am one who travels through time, and I would really like to know so that I won't get a plasma shot to the face. Well, with regards to time travel, I'm planning on instituting some form of, like, time police, like time cops. Folks that will effectively stop people who travel through time from influencing what's going on, and just keeping an eye out for temporal fluxes in general. As for supernatural, biblical, and extraterrestrial stuff, I mean, all that kind of stuff can just about be handled by the standard automated law enforcement systems that I'm going to be implementing, but who knows, maybe we'll want to put in sort of like special task force of metahumans that can handle that sort of thing. I mean, I'm not above that. Hey Doc, so glad I can catch V.E.D.A as it goes this year. I did have a question. Do you have a book you wish you could read again and experience as if it were the first time? Maybe something from your youth or something you just want to discover all over again. Love the vids. This is always a hard one for me. People always ask me like, oh, do you read for fun? What kind of books do you enjoy reading? I like reading things that teach me stuff, typically because I don't recreationally enjoy reading as a person with like moderate to severe dyslexia. One of these days I wanted to make a game called Dyslexia where you have to like type out stuff in order to get to places like open door or whatever, but as you type them out the game will switch letters around or move things about on you and you have to go and correct them before you can continue. And it will do it at random. And also when text comes up on the screen that you have to read, it will switch letters and move words around at random times and in random orders and stuff like that. And you'll kind of have an idea what it's like. More just to convey what it's like for folks that don't experience that sort of thing. But if I had to pick a book, I'd say the Harry Potter series. I enjoyed it very much, and I hope one day to be able to read it again to my kids, should I ever have any. Will you ever go back to the shorter, more clean-cut version of your hair? I imagine I might at some point in time. I mean, I'm enjoying the like really short down on the sides, kind of long on the top look that I've got here because, like, I always liked having my hair this long because it's, as you can see, it's very curly. It's got a lot of volume to it naturally, but with it also on the sides, it would get like really crazy and out of control. So I'm really liking having this be clean and short so that I don't overheat so much, and this being, you know, here. Best of both worlds, but I, you know, could go back to the shorter, cleaner version at any time, should I wish to. I might someday. What is it about your health you're looking to fix? Well, the part where I keep dying all the time. Glorious, the doc is going for more than just a month. He's going for improvement. I will try to avoid walls of text and dark subject matter, unlike last year. So, question for the Bolt of Genius. If one finds oneself bored, without new research to do or new books to enjoy, and one needs mental gymnastics to keep the flame burning bright, suggest what one might do to relight the candle in the darkness, so to speak. So when I'm not working on things, not plotting world domination, not designing and building new inventions and working on stuff in general, something that I need to think about to keep the old gears turning, keep things oiled and running forward? Revenge. I like to spend some of my spare time plotting revenge. Quick question. Since it's shown by scientists that switching the hours around for daylight savings is bad for humans, will you ban it once you're in control? Absolutely. I think that daylight savings time is a ridiculous, outdated thing that we still do, and we could easily do without. What is your favorite sport to play? None. What is your least favorite sport to play? All. Quad, I'm not a sports guy, come on. And that is all the questions that we have for today. Thank you everybody for sending your questions in. Be sure to leave more in the comment section down below. Steve lands tomorrow, so he should be here in the video, and we're going to be starting our fitness regiment. Oh boy! So until next time, my brave citizens, I'm Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt. This is our Layer 3.0, and I will see you again tomorrow on our next episode of V.E.D.A. End of line.